this video, I'm going to talk about when the narcissistic type person, and this is a generalization, not all do this, when that type puts their evil eye on something, their touch of misery, they want to taint it, something that you have that they don't. Or maybe they have something similar, but not as good. And whatever it is, or they might even have the same. They want to put that touch of misery on it. And the lengths they will go to, and it's unbelievable. But I have experienced too much of this. This is one of the things that the narcissistic type people I know do all the time. But I've learned how to handle it. Okay, since I've seen it happen so many times, I'm going to basically make a composite of all of them, make just all of them all together. What I've seen them do, and it basically, this, for me, it has to do with my home, Okay, now I'll start off by saying that there are strange things that happen in my home every once in a while. I think that's happened with anybody. I could be wrong. But it's known as the spooky house. Now, nobody has ever lived in it before. Adam and I, we bought it new. So nobody's lived in it. But any of these narcissistic type, that's what they do. They try to call it spooky. They try to say it's haunted. They try to say you have a ghost. And some of you will say, well, if all these people are saying this, it must be true. Can they all be wrong? Yes, they can all be wrong. And what they all have in common is that they experience this in your home. Now, what they all have in common is they're narcissistic. Okay? Got it? And sometimes, honestly, I think that they speak from a script. They talk, they read a script, and that's what they say. And so many of them will do that. And it's not just that place. And it's not just that one thing. But what they do is, I live in a nice home. Okay? What they will do is to put that touch of misery on everything by saying things like just that one, I hear something spooky in that room. I hear a noise, and I say, yeah, it's called the wind. Seriously, it goes to that extreme. And no, it sounds different than the wind. I hear some wind, but no, it's not the wind. Yes, it is the wind. The wind hits this little corner on the wall on the outside, and it makes that noise. No. They have to make sure you think that it's spooky. It's got a ghost in there. Ghost. And yeah. Okay, and another one is to say things like there's a plumbing problem. Something in the bathroom isn't working right. Or it just does. It never ends in one room. Okay, they'll go to another room, but when they do this, they'll come off to others around them. Others people who aren't keen on what's going on. They don't get it. They come off so innocent, like they're trying to help. That's what they do. They're trying to give you a little help. Especially, even like a ghost. Maybe you don't want to live here. Maybe you should move and sell this house and move. But they want to come off as they're helpful. There's a plumbing problem. Okay, on and on, like I said. Yeah. Okay. Now, like I said, other people, somebody you live with, whatever it is, they don't get it. They think that this person's actually trying to be helpful. But you know better, because it's consistent. And they don't always do it. They might do one around that one person, but they'll do plenty around you. And they'll say plenty of things. So it's constant bad things. They're pointing out something bad. Or, they might even do the comparison thing. Oh, I have one of those, but I bought one and they'll try to say a better store or a better, place they bought it. But they're going to just constantly do and say something, usually to you, their target. Okay, and like I said, I have actually learned how to handle them. And I think I've been doing this for years, but I would not suggest this to anybody because, these people can be dangerous and it might not work in your situation. One size doesn't fit all, you know. And they can be dangerous. So I have to measure my own. You know, if that person's dangerous, what could they do to me? It's not always physical. And what could they do to me? What possibly could be some outcome? You never know all the outcomes, of course. Anybody can be dangerous. But I weigh it, you know. And my more recent one, the reason it's on my mind again, it's come up again, is because something happened from one of these doing it just last night. Yeah. Okay, I'm not getting to how I handle it. Okay, so let me get to there. What I do is turn it around on them. Yes, turn it around on them. Agree with them. Take whatever they say, especially if it's like about ghost. This whole thing, you got a ghost. I take it and I make them scared. You know, they're trying to scare me, but I'll agree with them. Yeah, this place is haunted. And we had a ghost that one day, and I'll do that. I will go, and then you see their eyes get bigger, and they get a little scared, especially if they're there to stay overnight, something like that. Yeah. Okay, if you want to talk about ghosts, I drove up here, and the car next to me had somebody in it. Nobody's in it. They do not get out. But I will do stuff like that. I will say stuff like that to them. That actually did just happen, but I'll say, like the last one, I said, yeah, we do have a ghost. And I went into a long story, which was actually true, but it wasn't a ghost. It was just a shadow, I would say, because I don't believe in ghosts. Okay, and this one in particular, she went on from there. You know, it's the plumbing problem. And I said, yeah, there actually is a plumbing problem, and this is what you do. Okay, this is part of her damsel in distress also. And so this is how you handle the situation. You know, if it comes up, this is what you do. And she didn't like that, because I admitted, hey, there is a problem, you know. And then I tell her what to do, so then if it comes up again, which she did, she come up again with it. I said, well, you're not doing it right. This just, I'm doing it plain faced, as you can imagine, poker face kind of thing I've learned. And some would say this is my own little narcissistic flea, you know. They say you pick up the bad behaviors from them. But no, this is my way of handling it. And because, as you all know, you're not going to change them. And they're going to keep doing it. They're going to keep finding ways to try to do it, to taint everything, to put the evil eye on everything, touch of misery. And so I just agree and turn it back around. Don't get defensive. You know, don't get hostile, or don't be apologetic. It is what it is kind of attitude. And it bothers them. It stuns them when you basically have just turned it back around on them, and it's not part of their script that they're reading from, and what's supposed to happen after that. So you can actually see them, you know, shake like, they don't know what to say next. And, I mean, it's like an actual physical flinch kind of thing, because they don't know how to answer, because people don't do that to them, apparently. And, I mean, it goes on from there. There's more to this. I've done a video about it. I think I put it on my vlog one. And, yeah. Okay. And we also know that many of them, this generalization, all of this, you know, just my opinion too, we know many of them will try to demand what they want. It's very compulsive, you know, it's very impulsive. They want it right now. And this one, she wanted to go here, actually. They were visiting, they don't live here. And she wanted to go here, but the weather was bad. And I point out, the weather's bad. Now, you don't tell them they can't do what they want to do right then. You know, they're very childlike. You know, stomping their feet. They want their way. She pouted. Okay, because what happened after that is the weather's bad. Oh, no, no. And she looked at her app, you know. No. You know, her app wasn't going to say what it is, you know, what she was looking for. And she actually, you know, the other people there said, yes, it's about the storm. You can't go there. And she pouted. Her bottom lip actually stuck out and was trembling, and she pouted. And I said, oh, look at you, you're pouting. You didn't get to go. I'm sorry. You know, no kind of like the voice I just made, but, you know, just very kind of plain. You know, pointing out that she was pouting. It was, sorry that she couldn't go. And it stunned her again, because I actually pointed out what she was doing in a nice way, like they're really good at doing themselves, in a nice way, helpful way, or apologetic way, when you're not really apologizing. So it wasn't part of her script. She doesn't know how to handle it. Plus, as we know, many of them cannot stand the thought that they might be outed for what they are or what they're doing. So she's realizing, I'm one who's going to do that. I'm going to point it out. I'm going to let people know. And there was more. Okay, I'm running out of memory here on my phone, but yeah, she is one to be real flashy. She wears a lot of bling, dresses kind of like a histrionic. Is it histrionic? Yeah. Real flashy. Wants everybody, she wants all the attention. Everybody, look at her. And she would bring up stuff, we all went somewhere, and there's 4 of us, and she was talking about where she buys things from. And it's popular, well known, and this actually did happen to me. It's somewhere you order stuff from, and it comes in the mail. And she was bragging, as they are, what is it? What is that word? Flaunting. She flaunts. She's a real big flaunt type. And she was talking about it, and I said, I've ordered something from there recently, and this is very true. And it came all banged up, and we never could get it to, be right. And she said, I've never had that problem. You should. And, it shook her up quite a bit. And I said, no, we've ordered other stuff from there, and then, just this one was just recent, and we really don't like it. I really don't like it. And she's thrown off, because she's used to bragging, used to flaunting what she has, used to people loving her for it. Saying great, wonderful, I have to order from there, I have to get me one. But no, it was, I don't like it. I said it in a very calm, mature way, and it threw her off, totally threw her off. But like I said, this is the way I handle it. I'm, like I said, my master's degree is in sociology. Sociologists tend to, or taught even often, to go toward a problem, and psychologists will say in some situation like that to walk away from it. But I am more one to go toward it, to fix it. For me. I'm not going to fix them. It's for me, though. You see what I'm saying? For me, letting her get by with all that, letting her put that touch of misery on stuff, her evil eye, her whatever, would hurt me. For me to let her do that. So I'm not going to do that to myself. But the reason it's on my mind, I need to get to that part. And I know that no matter what, the memory will be there. That they tried. That she wasn't the only one, that they have tried to put that touch of misery. The feeling will be there. That touch of misery, that evil eye. I know it, but I have to face it, to confront it, and that's what happened last night. And that's a long story, but basically it was something. She tried to say that there was a ghost up there in this one room and all this stuff, and because of our air conditioner situation, we have one upstairs, one downstairs. We're running the one upstairs because the downstairs one needs to be fixed. We need a whole new unit and have it all done, the whole house, bottom floor, fence, And I'm saying, let's just wait and see how this other one works. So I'm sleeping up in that room. We're sleeping upstairs now, and we moved up there last night. And I had to face what she had said. You see what I'm saying? It's not, I don't believe in ghosts. I don't know, to each their own if they do. I've had enough experiences, I probably should, but I don't. But I had to face that touch of misery is what it was that I needed to face. Was that she put that on there. She put that negative thing on there. And I needed to face it, confront it, and then I can let it go. You see what I'm saying? It might take more than one time. The memory's still going to be there, but eventually, if I'm facing it, I'm not running away from it, I'm facing it, it's going to finally work itself out. You see, it'll go away. The good feelings will come back. I hope that makes sense. And I hope it works out that way. It has in the past. Anything that I've ever had to face somebody putting their touch of misery on something, the memory will still pop up, like a flashback. But over time, the good feeling will come back. Does that make sense? Anyway, that's enough for this video for now. This is a pretty long one. If you want to subscribe, click the circle. If you want to watch another video from this channel, click one of the rectangles. If you want to add this, share this to your own social media, feel free to do so if you can. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.